like how he has that like thing behind his ship, like our map.
All right, all right, all
Tails.
right. Let's see what we've got. Fallen on the horizon.
Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Adam with Brobby Got This. Today, I want to help out some fellow Destiny players by showing you guys some effective strategies and tips that I have learned by playing the new game mode Gambit. If you don't know what Gambit is, then let me enlighten you beautiful people. Gambit is a new PvEVP game mode that Bungie released with the Forsaken expansion. Yes, I know that that is a mouthful to say, and if you can learn to say it 5 times fast, you will probably become Ascendant, but I'm not sure. You might want to talk with Petra on that. And the cool thing is, Bungie just actually had a free trial this past weekend, and I'm sure that they're going to have other trials in the future so that people that don't have the Forsaken expansion can try out this game mode. So I'm going to go on the record, though, and say that this game mode is one of the best and most fun game modes I've ever played in a video game. So I think Bungie, you guys did a great job with this one, and I recommend everyone trying it out. It's just a great mix of everything that I think a gamer would want, and it's just such an innovative way to play PvEVP. Again, that's a mouthful. But anyways, in this mode, it's a 4v4, and each team collectively kills AI enemies to collect motes. The stronger the enemy, the more motes it will drop. So there's a mote station in the center of the map where you deposit your motes. If you deposit 5 motes at a time, you will spawn a small blocker on the enemy side of the map. This is a yellow bar enemy that they will have to kill before they can deposit their motes. If you deposit 10 motes at a time, you will summon a medium blocker, and if you deposit 15, you'll get a large blocker. The difficulty in defeating these enemies goes up for the size of the blocker. So, small is easier to kill, medium a little harder, large a little harder. So once your team hits the target goal for motes, which is 75, you will summon your primeval, which is basically a strike boss. The goal is to kill your primeval before the other team kills theirs. Now, throughout all of this, your invasion portal will spawn. This allows one member of each team to invade the other side. You will spawn with an overshield, and you will spawn in one of 2 locations. So your goal is to try to kill as many of the other team members as possible when you invade. If you kill them when their primeval is up, it will heal their primeval. And so you need to do all of that to pretty much win the game, and it's best 2 of 3 for the match win. Now, that's just how the gist of how the game mode works. Now I want to go into some strategies and tips and weapon suggestions that I have learned by playing. So I've seen so many Gambit players make simple mistakes that collectively make them least efficient at the game mode. These are all things that I have learned through trial and error myself, so I just want to say that because I was not efficient at all when I started, and I don't expect anyone to be. So you can always learn through trial and error. But first off, if you can or are able to, try to play with friends or a fire team. That will make coordinating much easier. If you can't, then just try to be as efficient by yourself as you can. I typically only play with Joe, and we do pretty decent, so it is possible to do well with just 2 people. Next, learn the spawn points and rotation of the AI on each map. These will change each round, but in each round they cycle in the same order or until the primeval is dead. So for instance, in round 1, it'll either go, enemies are spawning at the trees, then it'll say sewer, then it'll say slums, all right? And it'll do that rotation the whole round. And then when that round is over, it'll be a new rotation and a new order, but it will be the same that round as well. So when one group of AI is down, have some of your team start to make its way over to the other spawn location to start killing and collecting motes as soon as possible. Have the remaining member bank their motes, then join the team. Then when that group of AI is almost done at the second location, have other teammates bank motes appropriately and keep at least 1 or 2 at that spawn location to finish the mobs up. Then make your way to the last spawn location. Rinse and repeat like that, and you will be very effective in killing AI. Now, when it comes to holding onto motes, I repeat, do not be that guy on the team that loses 15 motes to an AI enemy drag or a shank or just another player. If it gets fishy, bank your motes, because if you die with motes, they're gone forever. and we will get to that later in the video. But when it comes to the ratios of small blockers to medium blockers to large blockers, in a sense of how many of those you should spawn or try to go for, I actually think it's a common mistake. Saving your moats for large blockers. I don't think it's worth it, and I don't think you should do it. I don't think they're necessary in my opinion. Plus, the longer you wait in the beginning, the longer the enemy has time to invade and kill you, and you lose moats. So my ratio that I kind of go by is for every 3 small blockers, you want 2 medium blockers and 1 large blocker. So designate a member to get 15 moats for the large blocker. Everyone else go for small and mediums, rinse and repeat. Next, when it comes to invasion strategies, if you have a team, designate one person to be the invader who feels like they are best at PvP. Or if someone has their super, that always works too, because, obviously supers are strong. If you guys, if someone has one and they want to go over and kill a few enemies, that's always, a good option. But if you have a designated guy to go over, a lot of times they just are able to move around the map easier, and they can just get consistent and more effective at that because they're doing it all the time. So, but the things I've learned is when your team can save enough to spawn 3 blockers at once at the first threshold of the invasion portal, which is 25 moats, it is a great time to invade, because that way the other team are focused on killing the blockers, and you can swoop in and get some kills and maybe eliminate anyone with a lot of moats and set them back. Now, the other time the invasion portal spawns is at 50 moats banked, and then unlimited times, or then it'll spawn unlimited times once your primeval or the other primeval is summoned. Also, if the invasion portal is up and you see the other team holding a bunch of moats, to do that, look at the bars at the top, and if you see a white bar, that's how many moats are being held onto by each team, and the color, like red or blue, is how many moats have actually been banked. This will show you the amount of unbanked moats. But if you see that, then you need to try to invade and kill people with all the moats. This is devastating for a team and will set them back and almost guarantee you a win in a sense. Now, other ways to be an efficient player is don't be selfish. And I think that's honestly a good life lesson. Just don't be selfish. The worst thing is when your whole team rushes to get the same moat that drops. Why are you all rushing, to get one moat? Try to designate people to scoop up moats and moats that are near them. Well, I'm saying scoop a lot. I apologize. But if you see someone running towards moats, shoot other enemies around them to help them out. Don't run after the same moat. That's just really inefficient. And you guys are probably hearing me say efficient and inefficient a lot. And that's because, honestly, Gambit isn't about being the best PvP player or PvE player. It's just about being smart. You don't have to be a god at either of those to be good at Gambit. Now, you do have to shoot things, obviously, and be comparable at the game, but a lot of this game mode is finding the most efficient methods and ways to kill enemies the fastest and bring down your primeval very quickly. Now, to talk about strategies when your team is being invaded, I see so many players when I invade act like I'm not there. They just think I'm just some invisible dude, and Gambit's just, trying to play them. Like, you know what I mean? And it's like they continue to kill the boss and pay no attention to their surroundings. Please don't do this. When you see Drifter say enemy is invading, don't just keep shooting the boss or whatever you're doing. Try to communicate and spread out, because the invader has 30 seconds until he or she will be teleported back to their side. And if you have a strategy as a team, use that strategy, but don't just stand there and not look for the person. So you want the invader to not be able to shoot you from range. You want the invader to look for you so that you can call out to other teammates or find him or her easier that way. I actually get really excited when I see an invader, because I just drop what I'm doing, unless I have a lot of moats, and I seek out the person. But if you all just stand in the same spot, it's so easy for the invader to pick you off and potentially heal your primeval. Now, speaking of the primevals, another tip to kill the primevals faster would be to shoot their envoys. Now, like I said, shoot the envoys. I think I've seen a lot of people just keep shooting the primeval when, for instance, the wizard envoys spawn for the Hive Gambit. If you kill the envoys, you get a buff that allows you to do more damage to the primeval. Now, saying that brings me to one of my last points, and that is some gun recommendations and super recommendations. However, keep in mind, you need to play the way you feel most comfortable, but there are a few guns and supers that really shine in this game mode, in my opinion. So for the primary slot, I found that the Go Figure is an excellent choice for the AI and to kill the other team from range. I've also seen the raid pulse rifle work really well. I think it's called Chattering Bone. Now, for the secondary slot or other primary slot, the Trust hand cannon is a god in my opinion in this game mode. And let's just be honest, in any game mode, the Trust is just ridiculous. It has literally no recoil, and if you get good rolls like explosive payload, it just melts AI and other players. Now, for heavy weapon, we will not name the gun that shall not be named for heavy. Yes, the sleeper simulant is really good in Gambit, and they are planning to nerf it in the future, but it might surprise you guys, but honestly, I actually really suggest and I really love using the Wardcliffe coil. This is an exotic rocket launcher, and it's great. It's a great option to wipe out a lot of AI at once for moat collection because of its ability that shoots its rounds to multiple enemies, and it just clears out trash mobs. So, like I said, the gun choice is a lot of the time what you're comfortable with. If you have a sniper with Dragonfly, that's not a bad option for special as well. And if anything that you feel that can kill, if you have anything that you feel that can kill a lot of enemies at once for heavy, it's also not a bad option or ideas for that slot as well. Now, when it comes to supers, a few that I have seen shine in this mode is for the Hunter, Night Stalker is King, because you can just help your team output so much damage to the Primeval and the AI. For Titan, the new Void Shield is great for invaders for the defense because your team can shoot through the Titan shield while the invader can't shoot through the shield. And for Warlocks, either Well of Radiance to heal your teammates or Chaos Reach for invading the other side because it has so much range. So, by saying all that, I also understand that, any super is viable because they can kill enemies and kill AI. So do what you're comfortable with, but those are some suggestions that I have that I think work the best. I use Arc Strider a lot because I like to go over and invade a lot and kill enemies, and I'm pretty decent with it. But with saying that, we have reached the end of this guide, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it and everything, and I really hope that these tips and strategies help you become a more efficient player in Gambit. And I really believe that anyone can do well at this game mode if they just learn how to be very efficient with what they do. But I will say, guys, make sure to follow me on our Twitch channel. I stream Mondays and Tuesdays for now at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at twitch.tv/brawlwegotthis. And I can always try to help you guys out if you have any questions in the chat. If you ever want to play, Gambit or PvP or PvE, you guys are always welcome, and you can join our Discord as well. So just come by and say hey if you guys want to, and then catch Joe on Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at twitch.tv/JoeTheJoe99. So be sure to look for more guides and helpful videos in the future, everyone. And until next time, remember to have faith, be great, and we will see you guys next time. Bye.